Welcome back. This week on The Focus, I'm excited to be connecting with Doug Bergman in his groundbreaking 4-year computer science program at Porter Goud School in Charleston, South Carolina. Doug participated in the 2011 Microsoft Global Educator Forum and has been instrumental in making computer science an opportunity to create great student-led projects that are pushing the boundaries of traditional high school. This guy bleeds student-centered learning and innovations, and that's why I'm really excited to welcome Doug Bergman and his class to the show. Doug, how you doing, man?
Live from Charleston, South Carolina, it's Doug Bergman and his kids. Hey, Don, thanks for having me on here. So listen, I'm currently in a class right now with a bunch of juniors who are in our 4-year computer science program. What that means is they voluntarily have signed up for the program. We're getting, in today's classes, we're getting about 1/3 of the grade level to sign up for our voluntary program. That's important because they're having to take my class above and beyond their normal classes. And as a college prep independent school, that normal set of classes is pretty rigorous to begin with. So we're excited that they choose to take these classes in addition to those. So they basically came through our freshman year, which is an introduction to computer science. And we do robotics and game design. And we take apart computers, we rip apart computers, and we do some 3D modeling. In the sophomore year, which is when they actually voluntarily start coming in, we do Android tablet development, we do little Windows Phone development, and we do some web server website development, which leads us into sort of the year, which is one of our favorites, which began as a pilot with Microsoft, and we write Xbox games. And so what that means is we'll write games that might use like a typical Xbox controller, which we just plug in directly to a USB port, and it acts like a huge mouse with lots of buttons, and the kids learn the code, program that, as well as Michael is over here. You'll meet Michael in a minute. We also have about 10 Microsoft Kinect cameras, which we also learned how to program those, which of course replaces the mouse and the keyboard. So in this class, so the kids will pick either the Xbox controller style game or the Microsoft Kinect-based games, and they will design some kind of game under the academic umbrella. So they'll pick some kind of area that they're connected with the history, science, or math, or computer science, or religion, or something like that, and they'll actually create a game around that topic. And so for example, we have 3 of our girls who are going to be collaborating with a teacher that we met through the Partners in Learning program, who's in Michigan, and she loved the idea of kids creating games for her own kids, and so they're going to create Kinect-based math games for her 5th and 6th grade kids. They'll be working on that all semester long. Other kids will be designing a program of their choice, picking an academic area of their choice, and creating a game of their choice in whatever they would like to do that one. And then this semester, we'll actually be posting these on a website, and they will be able to be downloaded. We will be selling these for real, and kids will actually be learning a little bit of the marketing and the business side of computer science, and target markets, mission statements, competitive analysis, those kind of business words, and they'll have to learn how to market their own products, and we'll actually see if we can actually sell these. And what we found out by working with Microsoft and some other teachers is that there are simply not any games, or not many games available that have an educational twist to them that the teachers can use in their classrooms that are, especially for the high school level. So we'll be excited to maybe contribute to that market and see if we can bring something that is of the caliber that other teachers around the world are going to like. And if the kids can make a little bit of money on doing that, nice little entrepreneurial twist on that one. So if you're okay with it, I have a couple of kids that would be happy to talk with some of you guys as far as what we're doing in our program. Michael and Richard, you want to come on up?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, while they approach, I'm blown away with the fact that you guys are bringing this entrepreneurialism to your gaming things. That's incredible. Not are you guys designing it, but you're going to go and try to sell some as well. Are you guys collaborating maybe with your marketing department, or are you guys just doing this on your own?
Well, we don't have, we have speakers in. We'll have speakers in from the school to talk a little bit about that side of things, but for the most part, these kids will research that stuff on their own and, determine their target audience and do a little bit of survey and find out a little bit about what and what would the price point be for their games. They sell it for 99 cents, or they sell it for $99, or they sell it for $9. So they'll determine what would be their best fit for the market by looking at their competition, by looking at what the target audience is. What's the available spending money for this group, and they'll work on that over the course of the semester. And their final product will literally be them uploading that game for sale. And so it's kind of a neat twist. Last semester, we worked with our entire 5th grade, and they presented to like a venture capitalist panel who picked 2 winners, and actually the winners of that competition have chosen 2 schools, one in South America and one to be determined still, but we'll be collaborating with that school there, sending them a couple of Kinect cameras and controllers, and sending them all the games that we created as part of our class. And that's a reward for the kids that won that competition, so that's kind of exciting as well.
Okay. Well, who do you have there?
Richard, tell us what your ideas are so far. What's your Kinect game?
I'm going to do a Kinect game very similar to the Kinect track, and it'd be 2 people running alongside each other, knees up, and
he literally has it programmed to where you get points for lifting your legs up, right?
well, it's just your distance goes up as the faster you can do that, so it's kind of like actually running. But then when you get to a hurdle and you jump up, and at the top of the hurdle, it'll ask you a question, and you have to answer the question. As soon as you answer, you keep on running, and you're racing the guy right next to you. That's kind of like you're running, and there's also you're answering questions.
And so what I love about it, Don, is that to do this kind of thing, he brings in sports and a little bit of SAT prep kind of question asking in the middle of it, or math prep. But he's got to do the code. He's got to be able to interpret the location of the various joints on the skeleton. In order to do what he just described to you, he had to figure out how do you take that idea and convert that into a real series of steps on your computer screen in front of you, because in the end, he has to type this into a computer and make it work. So that's what the problem-solving aspect of a class like this offers. That's the good stuff.
And what is his name again?
Michael.
Michael, tell me a little bit about how this program that Mr. Bergman's running, how is it different from most traditional high school classes?
It's a lot more freedom. It's not a big. He's not telling us exactly what to do. It's go out on your own, think of a game you want to do, and what you think other people will like. And so you take your idea, and he'll help your idea rather than him telling you what to do. Okay, so the freedom and autonomy obviously are a main selling point, and then obviously having the right technology is working. Who do you have behind you?
Michael is back here.
All right, Michael, tell me what you're working on.
I'm working on a Kinect people to teach them how to construct a computer, to physically put it together. Because I mean, I have it a table and have different levels where you pick up the motherboard and assemble that the parts the RAM and the CPU and put that all together, and then you end up putting that in a case, and so it's just step by step of how to build a computer. Yeah.
And are you guys going to put more or some of your work on YouTube? I've seen some of the projects on YouTube recently. Do you guys have designs on putting more tutorials or lessons on there?
We'll do that. That won't be until probably May or so, because these kids will work on these games all semester long, and it literally takes 4 months to get to the point where they'll be at that stage. But Don, I've sent you some of the links from the last semester's class that you can certainly include as part of this, and the quality that you see there will certainly be the same quality that these guys will be producing. That's
amazing. Mr. Bergman, we're going to have to wrap it up, but I'm wanting everybody to be encouraged. The whole point of the show is called The Focus, and it's finding outstanding classrooms using social media and seeing that we connect with each other quite often on social media, on Facebook and Twitter. Could you give our audience your Twitter handle, please?
Sure. My Twitter handle is Doug Bergman, DougBergman USA.
And then also you have a YouTube channel. Could you tell me a little bit, the YouTube channel is also called Doug Bergman, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
okay.
It's a little bit of everything that I do, including computer science. Okay.
And then should anybody want anything from you, obviously they can find you on Twitter. Lastly,
sure. So listen, as far as other teachers contacting us, we'd love to work with any teacher of any age level almost that just loves to sort of do things a little bit differently than the normal way of doing things in school. So that means a class which isn't a note-taking lecture kind of class, but a class that out of your seat certainly has a technological twist to it, especially computer science teachers or teachers that want to bring computer science into the classroom. And what that means is any history, science, math, religion, any teacher out there that just wants to add a little bit of oomph to their class, they could bring in a computer science track on that. We could certainly help them. Our kids could certainly help train them. We can certainly give them ideas on projects and offer ways to maybe enhance their class and then bring in some good collaborative part to our class as well. So, and the best way to do that, www.portergal.edu is our school web address. You can also contact me with my Twitter account that I gave you a minute ago, as well as my YouTube account. Any of those work.
Very good. Well, Doug, I can't tell you how astounded I am with all the work you guys are doing. It's amazing. I'm really hoping that we get the word out, and I would love for more people to collaborate with you guys because you're doing some awesome work. Hopefully we can have another update from you in the future, and maybe in May, see how some of these games are turning out.
Sounds good, man. We'd love to.
All right. Doug Bergman, thank you so much for joining us. I want to again thank Mr. Bergman for joining us today. If you'd like to contact him, all the contact information is down below. If you know of any other educator that is disrupting education and deserves a spotlight, please make sure to contact me at dwetrick@gmail.com or just leave a comment down below. Next week, we'll be taking a look at how a class is using modern technology to bring augmented reality to their school using Erasmus. See you next time, and remember, opportunities are everywhere.